só chegar a esta casa.
At the very least. I fucking loathed you since the minute we had our reunion. At first, I did try to convince myself you had your reasons. Didn't make it feel any less unfair, though. You had all your money and all your power and everything else you stole from me. And then you go and get hitched to this pretty little lady. Oh, don't try to act like you're the victim here. This is all on you. Do you have any idea how I felt? Fallen from grace, made your goddamn maid having to suck up to you? Do you have any idea how infuriating that was? Or did you think I didn't know it? Did you think I didn't suspect anything? If you did, then you've got your head way up in the cloud.
So you were motivated by your grudge against my family, the Berzatis?
Precisely, that's exactly it. Your father wanted so badly to be the Capo Familia, wanted so badly to be in power, that he murdered my dad and grandpa. They say it was a carriage accident. But the ground was all torn to hell where it happened. You want to tell me what kind of carriage accident causes it to explode? As soon as my dad and grandpa died, your dad took over as Capo Familia. The balance of power in the factions began to change. My family, and anyone with ties to the Campanellas, was either exterminated or exiled. Is the picture getting blurrier by the dialogue?
Mm-hmm.
The Berzatis took control of the city. My grandpa's Cosca became your Cosca. No one in their right mind would be naive enough to think the Berzatis didn't have a hand in it. The great Campanella family bitten by their pet dog. Except the dog had rabies. And as a result, in time, that lush, historic land will wither away and die. My dad and grandpa, buried in that dried up earth, are screaming in their graves even now. You can't prove me wrong, can you, Jacopo? And now, first in line to be the next Capo Family is you, his... Naturally. Feels pretty good, don't it? Slaughtering my family. Leaving us to wallow in the mud. While you live here like a fucking king. Because of what your family did, I don't have a home to go back to anymore. No house, no prestige, I have nothing left. And that's goddamn outrageous. The Campanellas are supposed to run that city. But instead, you filthy Berzati curs are crawling over it like some kind of infestation. I'm a legitimate Campanella. But I'm stuck being your goddamn maid. If I hadn't been born a woman, I could have become the Capo Familia after my dad and grandpa died. But because I'm a woman, I couldn't retaliate. I just had to sit and watch my child. It was absolutely miserable! So I had to make you suffer as well. I had to make you I had to make you twice as miserable as I was.
You had no reason to hate anyone but me. Why did you make her a part of this? Did you have a grudge against her too?
Not particularly. I actually rather liked the madam. Sweet, pretty, kind-hearted, timid, and fragile. Trusted every word I said. A splendid little toy.
You thought of her As your toy?
Now, can you really call me? You can't. You have no right. You never cared one bit about anyone else. They're all footstools to you. It's a little too late to find yourself a sense of morality. This whole thing, it could have been avoided if you two had just had a single conversation. But instead, the both of you come crawling to me saying, "You're my only ally, Maria." How dense can you be?
Of course. I thought you were my ally. I trusted you, as I'm sure she did too.
Then you should get your eyes examined because you can't see a damn thing.
Maria.
Oh my god, it was beautiful. The way you two blindly trusted me, creating your own misunderstandings and causing your own pain. How you could never seem to get on the same page. Watching it all fall apart.
Maria. Is that everything? The extent of your grudge and all you did?
Yep. That's everything. All that's left is for me to kill you. Yay! Hold still now, I wouldn't want to miss.
Maria, you... Does our past mean nothing to you? Was that oath just an empty promise? How could it, when you remember so clearly?
Fine, I'll explain it for our little romantic boy. Bad grown-ups will even take advantage of good memories. It's time I finally return this to you, Jacopo. The cartridge you gave me, packed with your disgusting sentimentality. Yeah, you're crazy now. Killing you ain't the end, though. Oh, you Brazzati curs. I'll send every last one of you straight to hell. My revenge has just begun.
Even if you had been a man, you wouldn't have been a suitable capofagmilia. You should have aimed between my eyes, Maria!
Jacopo! I knew she was gonna die. Why? So she didn't shoot him in the head? She's stupid.
In a panic,
this...
I pulled the trigger, and from the barrel, a bullet went flying. Yes, don't forget Tsuko's words of wisdom. If you're gonna shoot, shoot, don't talk. Quite literally between her eyes. Would anyone ever believe me if I said this wasn't how I wanted things to turn out?
The rain just keeps on coming. Wonder if I'll be able to go home today. Hey, Jacopino! Say something, you little wuss.
Be quiet. You're gonna give me a headache.
The lightning's way louder than me.
Eek!
jumped, Aquapino. You're such a baby.
You jumped too, and stop calling me that.
Don't be scared. Don't cry.
I'm not crying. Your eyes are damp too.
I'm not crying. Not at all. Not one bit.
Liar.
There's no end to this rain, is there?
I'm fine if it doesn't stop. There's nothing at home for me.
You don't want to go home? Your parents don't get along, huh?
That's got nothing to do with it.
Liar.
You've got it good. Everyone loves your grandpa. Whenever anyone needs something, they come to him. Now there's a great man.
Huh? How'd my grandpa become part of this?
Oh, no reason.
Not everyone likes him. He gets just as much hate as love. Grandpa's not really a model citizen. He's mostly just shrewd. You jealous?
I'm not. My old man is, though.
Huh. Is he now? Well, your dad's got his good points too, I think. Like, I don't know. He seems like the kind of man who can accomplish big things. Though he seems a lot stricter than my grandpa. Oh, come on. I don't get you. What are you climbing up for?
No reason.
If you don't want to go home then, how about we go somewhere far away from here?
Huh?
When it stops raining, let's get out of here. Head up to the capital, find some work. We can make it work, the two of us. Oh, and we'll bring in Nero, of course.
If we could, that would be nice. Break free of the city and its outdated traditions. Head somewhere bigger, more forward-thinking. If only it were possible. It's all right, Maria. I know you were just joking. We wouldn't be able to find work anyway. If the two of us ran off, we'd be starving in a month. You'd have to be blind not to see that.
Right.
Let's go home once the rain lets up.
Yeah, once it does. But until then, I know, let's sing. Sing even louder than the lightning. Then maybe you'll stop crying, Hakapino.
I'm not crying!
Come on, let's sing. I'm not singing that.
I'm not singing that. Maria, I may not put it into words, but I trust you understand that I consider you a dear friend.
Listen to me, Hakopo. My actions were justified. I did what I did for the betterment of this city, this land. The Campanas are too conservative. Under their control, this country will atrophy, I think. I think that's the progress. Progress will continue to lose steam. If we don't push forward, we'll fall farther and farther behind. Before long, you will be made the next capo family. But until that day, you will cross over to the New World and establish
You got cut off.
And establish the Koska there. Unify us, bolster us, make us strong. I'll handle things back here. I won't let the Campanelas try and strike back. What? You want Maria too? It's dangerous to keep the Campanella so close by. She has to be taken care of. If you insist. But do not let your guard down. Which you ended up doing. Betrayal is a constant companion in this world. I'm giving you my revolver. Keep it on you at all times. Glory everlasting upon our blood. And upon this earth. I just realized the background is a suit person. I mean, a person in a suit.
Mm-hmm. The best I can give you is a job as my maid. If I show you any more obviously preferential treatment, the Belzatis are liable to step in. Money, power, respect, and enough authority to not take orders from anyone. I thought if I could obtain all that, I would be able to give you your freedom. And her as well. I wanted to give you both comfortable lives. But none of that got through to either of you because I'm shit at communicating.
Yeah, you are.
Everything is slipping through my fingers. Her love, my friendship with Maria, both of the smiles.
Master! Master! What was that sound? So much blood! Maria! What happened this time?
This time.
You keep getting stuck witnessing the worst things.
What?
Yeah, yes, sacrificial toast.
I don't feel bad for him.
Call a doctor. Someone with tight lips. Do not call the police. And don't make a scene, got it? If so, then go on.
Yes, sir! Everybody!
Right. Not everything has slipped from my grasp. My money and influence are all that's left.
That is what you wanted, though, is it not? You sought money and power, no?
Aren't you going to go?
Yes, I will. But first, I would like to ask you something. What do you intend to do from here?
What am I going to do? Exactly the same as before. There's but one thing for me to do.
I see. Will you eventually find solace in your riches? The way I see it, money and power can be your ally, but they can become your enemy in the blink of a... If you do not put them into words, your feelings will never make it through to anyone. For unlike money, humans are not measurable by their appearance. Where's the white-haired girl? He failed to communicate to anyone what he held within his breast. He was chained down by his place in society, his pride, his relationships, and his own heart. And at some point, He found himself in a position where he was no longer able to speak his mind. After enough time, he likely forgot how to be genuine at all. Or perhaps someone like him simply would not, even if they knew how. In any event, there are many things in this world that cannot be communicated without being put into words. How sad that his tale should end without him expressing how he truly felt. How hard it must have been to never clear up his misunderstanding. After Hokobo's confrontation with Maria, the Pacific Railroad was completed as scheduled. Celebratory cheers shook the new world as the last spike was driven into the rail. Hakopo, however, could not even manage a smile listening to the telegraph. And I am sure you can take a guess as to why. The people with whom he wished to share that moment were not there. Shortly following her death, Hakopo held a private funeral for Maria, though she did not deserve one. Then he commenced a search for the white-haired girl. But he did not do so alone. He hired others to help, did everything in his power to find her, tirelessly searching for many years. However, he was never able to locate her. And he spent the remainder of his life alone. Money, power, renown, servants. The world around him was always quite lively. But solitude was his only companion. He waited, and he waited, and he waited for the white-haired girl to return. The years crawled by, and with no family or loved ones at his side to care for him in an old age, he died alone. Fucking rip!
Achievement unlocked. Pig Iron Manor. Whew.
He deserved it. The door before you slowly drew shut. You could no longer hear the raucous?
Mhm.
Raucous sounds of the men from within the den.
Congratulations on finishing the prologue!
What? What do you mean?
Well, it is 40 hours long. Woof.
God, thank you. We finished it. Now the real story starts.
Oh boy.
Jeez.
Oh boy. I am concerned. So before we continue, I meant to do this at the beginning, but these are just the little things I've kind of picked up and I just sort of wanted to talk about. Let's see. So one thing that kind of struck me at the very beginning of the second door, when the maid first discovers Bestia, she tells him that he can take whatever furniture he wants and sell it. And after the second door, when we reached into that mirror and saw that weird scene,
No, New Monica, no.
well, when we saw that weird scene with the white-haired man and some character named he was named Michael, and some character named Giselle, he question mark told Giselle that she could take whatever furniture she wanted and sell it. So I'm kind of wondering why that parallel
Oh.
exists. And then, in regards to the white haired girl, her personality seems to change to suit the time and circumstances. And that makes a lot of sense. But I think they actually do it in a really, really good way. So I wanted to commend that because in this one, she was really, really, really submissive, really timid, didn't really seem to have a lot of opinions of her own, but contrast that to the previous door where she was actually pretty forthright and, she
Yeah, and she was like very proactive with Bestia telling him like, "No, touch me. I'm real. You're
yeah.
fine. I can't see, so it doesn't matter what you are."
And then in the first one, she was kind of in between because she was a little timid and didn't really talk a lot. But we do have to
Yeah.
remember that yeah, exactly, exactly. She wanted to kill Mel, so she does go through a lot of changes, and they always make sense because considering the sort of way she was raised in each of them. Uh, and then the third thing that I kind of wanted to touch upon was that Javi, he made a comment about how the mansion seemed ethereal, like it could disappear at any moment. And that makes me wonder if the mansion can move
Ooh. Like if it just appears in certain timelines.
in certain places, yeah, too. Because, yeah, this one very pointedly takes place in the States, but the other ones didn't really seem, at least as far
It
as I can
seemed in the
remember.
first story it was located like in like a I want to somewhere in Europe.
Yeah. And the second one it mentioned it was near a cliff, whereas the first and the third seem more like they were closer to a city.
Right. And I think in the second one it was close to a village.
Mhm,
It was like
mhm.
right behind a village in the forest.
Yeah. So those
So it probably does move.
also and you've said this for a while now, the whole thing about reincarnation, but it does seem to apply to more people than just the white-haired girl. So I'm
Yeah.
curious as to if it's that she's the only one who retains her appearance or that the other people only get reincarnated at a specific point. And if so, what's going to tie all these together?
I was thinking maybe like not specific people but the white-haired girl, but like someone's like spirit or something. Maybe like mm, uh what's Giselle? G- Giselle and
Mike,
Michael
Mike,
Mitchell?
yeah, I'm not
No.
sure. That
I'm
I
gonna
think
say
it was Michel, so something like that. Similar to the
maybe
angel, I think.
their spirits get reincarnated too. Like his spirit is always the dude and her spirit is always the woman involved. Or maybe no. Uh I know there's always a man and a woman involved. The man always falls for the white-haired girl and then something bad happens.
Hmm. Well, in all fairness, and no one really fell for the white-haired girl in the second. Like, I actually feel like they very pointedly try to say that, like, the relationship between the white-haired girl and Yukimasa wasn't a romantic one. Because, like, even when she got undressed in front of him, seemed to be
Oh yeah,
thinking
he was
more of.
whatever.
Any thoughts on who the witch is, or if there's a witch at all?
The
Um,
witch.
I feel like the white-haired girl would be too obvious an answer,
Maybe the
though
maid.
I think the maid's probably more likely to be the witch, but I'm
I feel at the same time like I think she's kind of like just inserting herself in these times
yeah.
because she's never actually involved in the scenarios, but she knows what happens.
Mhm.
So maybe she's gone ahead and like she's watched these timelines too and just makes herself like, oh, I was just a maid in the background.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think because the only instance in which we really saw something undeniably magical that I can recall is when the right rose that the white-haired girl was holding turned red. But the maid was present during that as well. So, as the one who keeps consistently getting reincarnated, there's definitely something focal about the white-haired girl. But as I said, I think her being the witch would be a bit too obvious, but I feel that maybe she has some direct connection to said witch.
Maybe she's Michael's daughter, Mikkel's daughter.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
She could also be Giselle herself.
Mhm. Yeah, because that's I mean, it's very interesting to me that we were immediately giving Giselle's name, but we didn't get a sprite of her at all.
Right.
But yeah, those are just some thoughts. Let's go and continue and see if we get some answers.
You could no longer hear the raucous sounds of the men from within the den. The faint scent of cigarette smoke, however, lingered in the air. Staring vaguely at the closed door, you noticed something was amiss. The maid, who had been holding your hand, was no longer at your side. Oh God. Where'd
Oh
you
God,
go?
here it comes.
You glanced around, but she was nowhere in sight. Don't let go of my hand, but I'll let go of yours.
Hey, it doesn't count.
Down the corridor stretched only darkness. Not having anticipated this, you were unsure how to react.
What's the matter? You lost, or are you trying to take in the sights?
What? A voice called out to you, but it was not the maid's voice. Caught off guard, you spun around, confused, in search of the source.
Where are you looking? I'm over here. Yeah, there you go. Little more to the left.
Following the voice's instructions, you found yourself facing a wall.
You look like you've just seen a ghost. Hey, now, come on, don't turn away. Yep, you got it. I'm the one talking to you.
The voice was coming from within the painting. When you had passed by this wall on your way to the third door, a magnificent landscape painting had been hanging there. But now, the canvas was a deep shade of black, as if it had been dipped into a vat of ink. Yeah, didn't we look at this?
I
When
remember
we were passing by?
it was a
It was
mirror.
mentioned.
I don't recall.
Curiosity killed the cat. Oh, that's why the name of the... Okay. Whoop. Are you feeling okay? You're acting funny. No. Dusty, please, I need you to stay focused. We have to bring that missing part of town back. No. Kitty is sick. Oh yeah, now my thingy gets empty pretty quickly. As you can see. So I'm just gonna kick you.